All right.
Hello, Culture Matters podcast. Happy New Year's Eve, Lollapalooza 2025. I am welcoming not only my wonderful co-host, Mike dropped Calhoun since 5 a.m., one and only founder board of advisors, but some of the most important people in my life. I should probably start with, believe it or not, my wife is here, Jenna Silverman. Thank you, everybody. Yes, she just got here from Las Vegas.
Woo-hoo.
Very excited to see you home. Dr. Yerkes, David Yerkes. Man, we met years ago and it's been friends, fast friends ever since. Tom, if he does me any more favors, he'll have to live in the show. Glenn Campbell, one and only Perkins, introduced me to my new hat guy for the remainder of my life. And Hector Sanchez of an Act of Fate, Michael Lasso speaking at a Vistage, my first one in Naples. How we'd end up sitting next to each other is amazing. Thank you all for coming. We're going to, as Kierkegaard said, life can only be understood backwards, but must be lived forwards. So we're going to talk about our words, whether last year, the one coming up, lessons learned. And Mike's going to take it from here. Mike, thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, how are we today?
Good. Doing
Awesome.
great.
Excellent.
Well, you look fabulous. Hector, I do have a jacket sitting right here next to me. You make me want to put it on. If I do at some point, it just means I'm trying to
Yeah,
be a
I
good
know
level
that
star.
Jay's here and he raises the bar every
But
day.
I don't want you to think I'm doing it for you. I'm actually doing it for Jenna because Jenna makes me nervous. I can do 100 of these. I've done 12 of them today, and I haven't been nervous yet. But now that Jenna is on the line, I am nervous.
No
So,
need to be nervous.
guys,
We're
pick up on it. Just encourage me. Glenn, I am absolutely stoked that you're on the call today. David, Tom, you as well. Tom, have we met before?
No, but I couldn't wait to meet the man behind the voice.
Who was on last year? Were any of you on last year? Did you have a word for last year?
I wasn't here last year.
I was here last year. I don't remember what the word was. I've got a new
David, you
word.
were here. Yeah. Well, so what is your new word? We'll kick it off with the new. Now, Jenna has a word for every occasion, every year, and every day. Jenna, what was your word last year?
My word last year was faith.
Faith.
Yeah. I wanted to have a better relationship with God. I wanted to pray more. Yeah. Faith.
Awesome.
Definition of faith, the substance of things hoped for yet not seen, correct?
Amen. That's the definition.
Amen, baby. Amen. Now,
Handling these nerves very well, I must say.
it's turning more into motivation now, I think, at this point. David, what was your word?
Ironically, I'm sorry, I'm dealing with some buffering. Hopefully you guys can hear me.
Buffering is no. Go ahead.
So yeah, Jenna, ironically, so I had thought about faith as a word for 2025 because, and as Jay and I spoke about the last time I was on the show, had some personal growth in that area, I guess. But I think the word that I chose ultimately was perseverance for 2025. There was a lot going on, and I think perseverance, you could say grit, though that's something that was substantial, and faith right along with that. But yeah, that was a big presence in my life.
CJ, I told you. Jenna shows up, she chooses a word. Everybody else is going to choose the same word. We're not going to get around it because no one wants to choose a word, not what she chose. But you can't do that. That's the number one rule here, David. We can't.
That was
Yeah.
my word for
So-
last.
I chose perseverance for 2025. And for so for 2026 though, I've chosen breakthrough, and it's already started in 2025. There's been some really interesting developments in the last quarter of 2025. And, so I think 2026 is really going to be a breakthrough year for in a lot of ways. I won't bore you all with all the details, but it's been pretty remarkable last quarter and really interesting developments coming into 26.
Love that. I love that. I'm taking a little note here. Breakthrough. Jenna, what's your word? Since you had one for last year.
2026, surrender.
Surrender.
Yeah, that's my word for 2026. Surrender.
Ladies, if you're going to have a breakthrough, you're going to have to surrender first. I'm going to tell you, it's step one of the formula. Hector, what is your word for 2026?
For 2026, my word is momentum.
Mm.
Okay. 2025 was a big year of change for me. I started my own consulting business now full time, and really the term, my word for 2025 was foundation. Really putting all the pieces together, and in a way, much like David, there's a few things that are showing some very good positive outlook. And 2026, my big word already actually on top of my computer screen says momentum.
I love it. I love
Keep
it.
it
And you
rolling.
can't build a house on the sand, right? So the foundation is everything, especially when you're getting started. Okay, so we have breakthrough, we have surrender, and we have momentum. Tom, I mean, I'm sorry, but you've got to go after those three. What is your
Well,
word?
well, I wasn't here last year, but if I had to come up with a word for last year, it would be grit. I was on the struggle bus a lot this past year, and it ended. The end of the year was tragic. I'm not gonna I'm not gonna bore you with the details, but
Well, the good
January
news is that bus route's over. We're in 2026. What's your word for 2026?
2026 is investing in myself, investing in my relationships, investing in being present, just investing in everything good.
I love it. That actually, you're the first one to uh, choose investing today. Invest in people, not things,
Yep.
and you will get it more than likely all of the things. But people first. If you lost everything and you had all the relationships, you'd be okay, right?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
I thank God for Jay as a relationship in my life.
Thanks.
He's one of my anchors.
He's a pillar of the community.
Yes. Yes.
Glenn,
Hello.
what is your word for 2026, sir?
2026, like I said, I'm like Tom, I wasn't here in 25. But if I had a word for 25, it's funny, perseverance would have been right there with gratitude. And it sounds like some people on this call had some challenging years. I too did. Um, Turned 60, which, man, I don't know what it was about turning 60, but it hit me like a truck. I'm pretty intelligent. I'm pretty self-aware, but I saw that coming for 4 months and still couldn't get out of its way. That, and then my mother passed away late in the year. So uh, through all of that, gratitude was the word of last year. But this year, it's not sexy, but listening is my word for 2026. And it's funny, most people don't listen with the intent to understand what you're saying. They listen with the intent to reply to what you're saying. And I am that guy. I'm guilty of that. I listen because I'm going to solve it for you. I listen because I'm a fixer. I listen because I'm going to, yep, I understand what you're saying. And here's what my advice is. I'm going to spend 2026 listening and listening, not listening to solve, not listening to fix, but just being somebody that's there for somebody, not trying to solve it. Because I don't think people reach out to you all the time to solve. I think they just need somebody, and I've been terrible at that. At least I think I have, and I even took tests back in the day where they said one of your flaws is you don't listen well enough. And so I'm going to spend 2026 doing that, Mike.
I
Huh?
love that.
What did you say?
I said I love that.
Yeah, I
You
just
know, it's one of the biggest accomplishments in listening is that the other party feels understood, not that you fixed anything for them. My wife taught me that if I can listen well enough where she thinks I understood her, listen, I'm not good at this, especially in the past. Recently, I'm practicing, but if she feels understood, I win. And you know what's so cool? I don't even have to do anything. I just need to make sure I listen well enough so that she's understood. Our women and our significant others usually know us better than we know ourselves. They are our best coaches. Now, Jay, what's your word for 2026?
Love.
You got nervous, didn't you? She's right here. It's yeah. I saw it on his face. He has not hesitated one time all day. It's love, right? You're so cute, Jay. You're so cute. I
Agree.
love you.
Evolve. I was thinking
You're like a
about this
brother.
morning. It's like backwards, it's evolve without an E. So I need to put more energy into loving, which is why we started this 3 years ago. I said we is, so thank you all for coming. Love is the word, yeah. And I think last year was intensity because I had to burn myself in my own flame to rise anew. This is something I should have been doing, a long time ago.
Yeah, true.
I had
Ladies and gentlemen,
I had the interest, the capacity, the relationships. So
well, you had it all, but you also had a concern and a caution for the relationships because you were guarding them. They are the most precious asset that I think you harbor.
I need to make sure I'm honest with myself about this. Might as well do it in public, is be held to account. Nietzsche taught me what we fear oftentimes is what we manifest.
Mm.
So my fear of, to protect by not letting people close or together out of fear to protect, I'm missing the opportunity to have the courage to protect them when they are in a position to protect. So I'm not discounting what you're saying at all, because you are right about protecting and you're great at it. What I am saying is if I don't give people the opportunity to come together, I won't have the call to responsibility to protect the people that I care about the most. So my self-awareness was I got to get the people together, bring people together, not avoid to bring them together because I want to protect them. So and because once I get them together, then I really have to protect. So like, right, I'm called to, I'm saying because I want to be responsible, but each of us, everyone here is a leader based on my relationship with you. I think you're all leaders. So I'm not just saying this for me, but I want to share like this is where I made a mistake. That's why I'm doing this to help me grow.
Oh, brother, you've grown quite a bit. So what you fear is what you potentially manifest.
Yeah, and I meant that practically, like, because I was afraid, I wanted to protect my relationships, so I didn't get them together. And what I did unwittingly was I hurt my relationships because, well, isn't this so much cooler that now you all know each other? And when we lost people in our life that were important to us, you know, none of you knew them. And I think there's nothing worse than grieving alone.
With you. Ladies and gentlemen, my word last year was Jubilee. The reason being every 49 years in the Jewish culture, which I'm not Jewish, but I love the Jewish culture. Every
Cheers.
49 years, the 50th year is the year of Jubilee. It's the year where all the land goes back to the families. It's a year of preservation. It's a year of celebration. It's a year of recognition of everything you've learned so that you move forward and you move forward in a better way. I think a lot of us got our teeth kicked in in 2024, 2025, and to do it all over again. Have we ever had that thought? Maybe if I had the chance to do it all over again, what would I do differently? And right now, when you think about 2026, we're looking back. We all gained experience last year. We gained momentum. We all had to have some faith. We all had to strive for a breakthrough. Going forward in 2026, we actually get the chance to do it all over again, but we also get the chance to do it differently based on everything we learned. My word is different. Sometimes you have to do a certain thing to get to a certain point, and that's where we're at today. But if you really want to get to the next level, you're going to have to think a little differently. You might have to act a little differently. It's not that it's always better. It's just different to get to the next stage or the next level, or to reach the next outcome that's desired. So, sometimes if you're the most vocal in a meeting, maybe try not being the most vocal and watching the difference. If you're, a certain way with your team, practice or try something different. Look for ways to get a different and better outcome. And I could encourage you to ask great questions. Mastering the art of asking great questions will get you better answers, and it will inspire the thought of those around you. And it's one of the most valuable activities you're ever going to do. Put those minds to work around you, and don't underestimate what is possible. A billionaire texted me at 10:53 last night, with God, anything is possible. Be strong and be different. So I chose the word different. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not sure if we all know each other. Let's do a 30, 40-second little round robin. What is the product, platform, or service that we invest our time in every day? And what is the biggest priority for us going forward into 2026? Hector, you raised your hand. Go ahead.
Exactly. You beat me to the punch. I was going to jump right in.
I saw it. I saw it coming. You telegraphed it.
Mike, it's interesting to hear everyone's word, because it all piles up together. And when you put it all together in that phrase that you did, that's what the focus needs to be. The focus has to be, as we go forward, being better people makes us better leaders, makes us draw people that are greater around us to help us be better as a greater group. So what am I putting my focus in? Continuing to lead, continuing to influence others, and trying to make others be better leaders.
That is your service?
Yes, sir. I
So
offer.
are you a coach, a consultant?
Consultant.
I like you. I actually want to hire you right now. What is that is your business?
So my business is leadership consulting, leadership and operational consulting. But on the leadership side, I've gained a level of experience in different businesses that have allowed me to identify that gap that exists. So I help businesses fill that gap. First
You're
line
speaking my
leaders.
language.
Yep. Anywhere from helping the first line leaders, first people, leading people, to bigger organizations, all the way up to a leader leading leaders, which is one of the
How long
biggest
you been doing
challenges.
this?
As a formal career this year, I just launched it 8 months ago.
And what were you doing before?
I managed 4 different companies in the aerospace industry with over 400 people and multiple levels of tiers of staff. And I've been in some very large companies, GE, Boeing, and been able to learn a lot about leadership and how to get results by having the best possible teams.
North Star for you, 2026.
North Star for me, 2026. I'd say is really launching successfully the leadership seminars and sessions that we're planning out for some bigger companies.
Beautiful, beautiful. We got to get him connected with our boy. It was Chris, right? The social media guy. He's
Oh,
going to
yeah.
get off that launch pad, and he's got the look. He's a class act. Investing, Tom, you're focused on investing, right? Going forward into 2026.
Yes, yes, that's investing
And
in.
and we agreed earlier, investing in people, not things, correct?
Oh, yes, yes, and
Right now is when we want to put your credit card in the chat to literally hire Hector, and we want to invest in Hector right now. What do you charge, Hector? Don't worry, it's
Uh,
not enough. Tom, whatever he charges, let's pay him double. Jenna, it's your turn. What is the product, platform, or service? I'm just going left to right. Product, platform, or service that you would like to talk about today, and how long have you been doing it? What's the North Star for 2026?
Well, the platform is this one. So thank you all
My
for being
God.
here. The product is, a couple things that we're working on, which is, one of them being working with Jay and building out a lot of things with Culture Matters, but internally, how I want to apply the word surrender to 2026, because that is really my North Star for 2026. I want to take the vision from Jay and the values that we've instilled based on, the newer values that we've built out for Culture Matters, and just make them real in how the company operates, and make sure that he is the true CEO and I am the true COO. And, we build upon thinking clearly and communicating better and building, cultures and businesses that work and that drive that force too. So, letting go a little bit of forced outcomes and creating like the best conditions for growth and trust within
How long have you and Jay been doing this?
our whole relationship. Since 2019 is 2019. Well, we met in 2017. I left the company that I was with in January of 2019.
So he poached you.
He made it easy, but yeah, I mean,
Job, Jay. Good job, buddy.
he made it easy.
What's the North Star for 2026?
Say it again.
North Star for 2026.
Yes, surrender. I mean, that is the North Star. I have to surrender. I have to stop. Period. So,
what do they say that no is a complete sentence?
Oh, that's Chris Vester. That's Chris Vester.
God, we leave these marathons with so much gold and value. That was beautiful, Jenna. Ladies and gentlemen, in the chat, give her some love. Now, Glenn, what is the product, platform, or service? Just so you know, we're all listening. And how long have you been doing this? What's the North Star for 2026?
Gosh, I've been in the headwear business pretty much all my life. That's probably where I'm going to spend a lot of time, is in the business we started about a year ago, called Make My Cap. But it's funny, the older I get, the less important it is. I think Jenna just said the outcome. I'm not, you got to have goals, right? I do. I have financial goals for this year as far as what the business is supposed to do. You have all those, but I only have 4 employees. I came from a business that had 10,000. A company that I founded we had over 10,000 in a few different countries, and so I said if I ever got into it again, I'd get small and really be present for people. So that's really what I'm focused on, because servant leadership. I know you guys have talked about that. I went back and looked at all you folks here in a different. I think Hector, you were on an episode where you talked about servant leadership with Jay. I can't remember what episode, but that's something I learned and followed a long, long time ago. And if you just care more about people's well-being and about their careers, then you will automatically, for the most part, you'll be successful. So and every one of you are saying the same things. How do I give to others? How do I put more into people? How do I surrender? How do I change? How do I do something different? It's funny because I'm listening to everything you guys are saying, and all of those words are intertwined and connected. They really are. And it's cool to see that, five or six strangers sort of have that same thought in their mind because of whatever's happened in your life or whatever you've been through. And that's really, and it's got to be a daily, I get up in the morning and I want to be grateful for everything I've been given, what God's given me. I know every bit of it's because of Him. And I want to be grateful. I want to start my day with being grateful. And then after that is what can I do? How can I be a better person? And what can I do even if it's one small little thing for somebody. And it obviously starts with the people you see the most. That's your family and your kids and your workers. I mean, those are the people you see the most and can affect probably the most. But even little things. So just to me, and I think I don't know if it's hitting 60 or what happened to me, Mike. Just things, little things. I see things differently than I used to. I used to walk past little things and I don't anymore. I appreciate really small moments or really a luncheon that I just thought, oh, I got to be at this lunch today. Well, now I find myself enjoying it and really it means something more than just a business lunch or a friend lunch. So I'm just trying to be more present, I think. And that's part of the listening piece. So that's a long answer, but
And man, that was so good. What was the business model again?
my business model is just make my cap. We the hat you got on. I think I did that one, Jay. Am I right? Is that the BA cap? I lost him.
So you make hats?
I do.
Glenn is the master at hats.
I don't know if I'm the master, but I was, my background is lids, so I founded lids back in the
What?
mid.
What?
I
You
was
founded
waiting.
Lid?
I was waiting for that to happen.
Yeah, so
You are responsible for putting the cherry on top of all these noggins
I am.
across the country.
I am. I'm one of the people. There were thousands of really, I'm the one that gets when you Google it, I get a little bit of credit, but truly it was a work from a lot of people. But yes, yes, my buddy and I had that vision. Never thought it would be as big as it is. We had a vision of opening 5 retail stores that ended up being, 1,500. But yeah, no, that's my head. That's it. That's what I do. I do headwear.
Well, I just want to give you a little bit of praise because I have a lot of e-commerce guys that have come across our platform, come through our community board of advisors, and you have built a brand that I've never heard anything negative. It's got a great reputation. It's just you did a great job, and it sounds like there were obviously a few partners or something at the top, but congratulations. And e-commerce is something that is just wildly scalable. It's unbelievable. I think Teespring was back in the day too, where they were doing t-shirts when you were doing hats. So for you going forward, 2026, what's the North Star? The priority. If we were going to be valuable to you, how would we do that?
Um, you know what? Again, it's crazy because I'm around a lot of young business entrepreneurs in this town of Cape Girardeau, Missouri. I don't know if you've ever heard of Rush Limbaugh. That's the claim to fame of Cape Girardeau,
Yeah.
Missouri, and it's fun being around a bunch of entrepreneurs all the time. And then on a call like this, you get around people that are focused and that want to help other people. Um, Heck, obviously, if you know anybody that needs hats, send them our way. But more than that, if there's anything we can do to help people out, the business is tough. 100 people do what I do. You can Google hats, custom hats, but what I'm finding out, and it's funny because everybody's using AI and everybody's trying to use technology to make businesses better. And and faster and quicker. And I guess I'm still an old school guy, and I tell my young staff of, we've only got four of us, and I say, we are going to be different. We are going to pick up the phone when people call. We're not going to use the chat bot feature that everybody uses. We're going to truly dive into customer service, and we've grown it. Now we are not going to be profitable in year two. We will be in year three. But we're growing it slowly, and we're spending money on Google ads, and we're doing all that, and I've been down those roads. But I truly believe, and I reach out to every single customer that gives me a 5-star review. We've had 1,100, so I've had 1,100 email conversations with every single one of those people, and the banter and the conversation back and forth is always, well, you guys were the only ones that would do less than 36 hats. And so we don't make any money, Mike, doing one hat. But what one hat is, it's like me handing you a business card. It's like me meeting you on the street. It's like this today. It's just a handshake. Hey, Tom, hey, Hector, how you guys doing? That's what one hat does. And, so many people will do one hat and they'll never do another one. But we're going to make sure that that one hat experience was as good as somebody that does 1,000 caps. And so I truly still believe that service will win. Taking care of the customer, making them first. I truly believe that's it. So we'll use technology, but we're not going to lean on it as hard as other people do. And maybe that's going to be my detriment. Maybe it won't allow me to be as big as I could be. I don't know. This is another bite of another apple for me. So I'm not just dying to grow huge. I want to help other people learn a business. I want
What's
to
your
help
favorite color?
blue. Yeah, blue's my favorite color. I'm a Cardinal fan, but St. Louis Cardinal fan, but blue is my favorite color.
I just so happen to have a navy blue.
Navy. I
Because
love
if you had said red, it would have been red,
it. I love it.
gray.
Uh,
I mean, they're everywhere. Maroon. It doesn't matter. It, like just fuchsia.
I love
Anyway, enough joking around. Great interview, ladies and gentlemen. Glenn is a total stud. Now, Tom,
Yes.
sorry to do it to you, but you got to go after Glenn.
Yeah. Well, first of all, Glenn, 60 ain't so bad. I passed it 3 years ago.
Oh, well, good, good. I'm fine. I'm telling you, Tom, I'm telling you, it was the wildest. I've never been able to not control my feelings at some point, right? And this one hit me. My wife goes, "What do you want to do?" And I said, "Nothing. I don't want to party. I don't want nothing." I tell you what I'm going to do, honey. I'm going to leave April. My birthday is April 8th. I left April 1st and I went south to the Keys. And along the way, stopped and saw my daughter in Auburn, saw my son in Tampa. But I was with nobody on my birthday, my 60th birthday. I was sitting in Naples, Florida, of all places, at the Cove Inn. It's a little bar called the Chicky Bar right there at the Cove Inn. And I'll never forget as long as I live because I was feeling all of this. Oh God, 60, I mean, my 75% of my life's done. I should have done more. It was all these negative sort of, man, I've wasted time.
60's just the start, Bubba.
Yeah, and I'm sitting here, and I'm talking. There's a bartender, 38 years. She's been there 38 years. Her name was Jan. I'll never forget it. And we start talking, and she was so grateful and so content. And all of a sudden, just a feeling of gratefulness, just a feeling of I can't even explain it, came over me. And I got a Coors Light in my hand, and it was that moment that all of a sudden my brain flipped about. Look at the things you have done. Look at all of the positive influence. Look at all your kids, your wife, your kids, your family. I mean, and at that moment, it just flipped, and I was fine. It was just, I don't know if I just needed that moment, but it was a weird, weird deal. But
Well,
60,
I'm glad you
60
got
hit
that
me.
moment.
Thank you. But it hurt for a minute.
So
Tom, what
for
is
me,
the
going forward, Jay knows my story. I'll share some of it with you guys. My business is BBD Solutions, and what we are technology consultants, and we work with small to medium-sized businesses, helping them with their technology needs, primarily, and most importantly, is their network, making sure it's safe and secure, and that it suits their needs now, and will grow with them depending upon what their growth strategy is moving forward. But I haven't been doing that since 2021 because I've been on disability due to a car accident and several surgeries. So when I say invest for next year, I mean I'm investing in myself to bring myself back to the point where I could take the reins of my company back because I launched this consulting firm in 2017 with the help of Jay. And my partner, who you met last hour, Michelle, she is a full partner in my business as well as everything else that she does that you guys have learned about. But investing in myself is also becoming the partner that she deserves as well because it's been, like I said, I've been on the struggle bus for a bit. So 2026 is my, like maybe like Jay said, uh, rising from the ashes. And I thought it was going to be 2025, but I had a couple setbacks. So going to 2026, um, I'm taking control of that, and I'm not going to wait for the doctors to tell me to do this, that, the other thing. So that is the investing part. Uh, right now, while I'm not working my own business, I am helping out Michelle and supporting her in everything that she's doing with her companies, making connections, doing a little bit of business development, whatnot. So I am trying to stay relevant, and I'm writing articles. I'm writing business art or IT articles or technology articles or like you know stuff about MSPs, about being SOC 2 type shit, like all the technical stuff. And you'll see them being posted on LinkedIn shortly. So I've written about 50 articles right now that I could start dispersing.
Are these articles going into any magazines or press releases or any of that stuff, re-syndicating and creating more of a multiplier effect with them?
No, but I would love to explore something
We
like
can
that.
help you with
Right
that. Jay
now,
and I will talk about it. We're going to help you with that.
my only outlet right now is social media or LinkedIn, or I'm like what is it, a newsletter.
We have three major magazines. One serves like 30,000, a community of 30,000, which I think would be an ideal community for you. The San Juan Social Club, a lot of
And they're not
valuable.
salesy.
Yeah.
They're information.
Yeah. Great.
Yeah,
Even
and a
better.
lot of like listicles, like the 5 top reasons you should do this, or stuff like that.
And then some really good media plays with traditional media and PR, Forbes, Entrepreneur, Inc. magazine. Jay and I will chat and we'll help you out there.
Thank
So,
you.
number one priority for you on 2026, if you could put that into a sentence, what is that?
My North Star is being true to myself. Going, I find myself, I acquiesce sometimes, and like standing up and being very true to myself, my values, my thoughts, my beliefs. Sometimes I keep my mouth shut just to kind of hold the peace, but I feel like my word needs to be out there, and
Yeah,
my
where are you
truth needs to
based?
be out there. I'm based in Ocean City, New Jersey, with the office in Margate, just like Michelle.
Well, the easiest way to never lose is to never quit.
That is correct, and I'm a firm believer is life is 99% or 1% what happens to you, 99% how you respond to it.
Love it,
So,
buddy. Love it.
yeah,
You're a good man, I can tell.
thank
You're
you.
almost as good as David. David,
Almost.
Well,
I don't know.
I think
David, he may be better. He may
he's
be better. I
probably
don't know.
got
I
a
haven't
lot more
heard
to
your pitch
go
yet.
for.
But David,
Yeah.
I'm hoping we saved the best for last. And if we didn't, then it's going to be Tom.
Well, I've got a lot to follow up on.
Oh, come
So
on.
yeah, that's a lot to live up to. But yeah, so thanks guys for having me on, Jay and Mike and Jenna and everybody. It's great to join you all. So what do I work on? So I'm a longevity and performance medicine physician. I do longevity for executives, entrepreneurs, and performance medicine for athletes. And I love it. It's what makes me really happy outside of my family and my faith. Um, I also do hospital medicine. So I've done hospital medicine most of my career. Spent a lot of time in the hospital. That's what led me into longevity because I realized we're not, we're missing something. So I went back to the drawing board in 2018 and tried to, while, raising a family and getting deployed and all this other stuff, put together a system that, designed to actually work and be effective, not just to bleed money from rich people by giving them ineffective stuff that keeps them coming back. Uh, that was a slow build, but intentional. And now I'm having so much uh come in so rapidly, so much. I literally just hired one of the best chief operating officers in the business to help me just manage, uh, client success, client workflows, and that kind of thing, just to make sure things are operating smoothly because it's a lot to do. I still do work in the hospital. I will probably always do that to some degree. That's my profession, but I absolutely love doing performance medicine and health optimization. So that's uh, that's that's what I've been working on. Especially this year, 2025. I kind of went back to the drawing board, rearranged some things to be a little bit more, just from an operational standpoint, a little bit more effective. And yeah, so 2026 is looking good, and it's really exciting times. Also have some other things going on. On the conventional medicine side that um could be very good for my family and for just my career in that standpoint. So we'll see. And that's where my North Star comes in, which is faith. Jenna, I promise I'm not trying to steal your word.
No, I like it.
So one of the things that I've struggled with, and I didn't know I struggled with this, but I realized is just trying to control everything as a physician and somebody that, is has a lot of pressure. You want to control as much as you can. But I realized with my life right now, I didn't have faith. And I was having a conversation with a friend last month, and I said, it's not that I question what I believe, but I realized I needed to question how much I believe, like you know, how much I actually believe. And that's when I realized that my faith was insufficient, and I needed to step it up. And so as soon as that happened, uh, the Lord started. Uh, I don't know. I'm giving the Lord credit, but things started really um, getting clear, and some of the things that were cluttering my life that I saw as that were good things, some things that looked very good and seemed very good uh, went away, but they were ultimately distractions to what my purpose is. And that was very, I mean, it's been a really remarkable last quarter of 2025 in those ways. So, I think if I had to say what is my North Star, it's just faith. And what that means to me is just really truly actually believing that God knows what's best for me, that I don't necessarily know what's best for me. That doesn't mean I'm not going to go out and work, and I'm not going to pursue things, and I'm not going to follow my passion and all those things. Of course, I'm going to do those things, but I'm not going to necessarily try to worry and control and perseverate over, things like that. So that has been really something that has been eye-opening for me. And then also just, in 2026, I'm just going to focus on continuing to just live by my core values, and execute, 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 execute.
Taking action. You know, the general theme I feel here, you guys are just great people. You're great human beings and you want good. You want to do good for those around you. You want to do great for your customers, your family. Uh, the verse, there's a verse about the Lord makes firm. I've got it actually right here. The steps of the one who delights in him. And it's about you taking the action and putting one foot in front of the other, and he guides those steps. So having faith that as long as you're taking action and you have that faith in what is maybe hoped for but not seen, you will get in synchronicity with him, you will get to the ultimate destination that he has planned for you. So it's a wonderful experience to just hear great people talk about the great things that they want to do. Jay, I know you have us on the clock, and we have gone around the clock here with each one of these
I
individuals.
just want to
What is
thank
next?
you all for coming. I connected you on email, so make sure you reach out to one another. If you're listening to this podcast, thank you. Please share this with a friend, someone you care about. Leave us a review on the Culture Matters podcast so that we can grow this platform and bring you more great relationships and resources. Glenn, thank you. Hector, thank you. I know you're all Happy New Year's, Tom,
Happy
Jenna,
New
see
Year.
you in a minute. David Yerkes. You're all invited if you want to go to 6 p.m. I sent that in the email too, but Happy New Year, and we will see you next time on the Culture
Happy New
Matters
Year.
Nice meeting
Thank you,
you,
podcast.
ladies and
everybody.
gentlemen.
Happy New
Happy
Year.
New
Better
Year,
job.
everyone.
I love